Back with the market right here on 18 hour. Rough day yesterday. Managed to lose about 400 points in the Nifty futures. In fact, a tad more than that. And relentless selling across sectors. Really, the only hiding space perhaps were the two crude sensitives. That's ONGC as well as Oil India. Other than that, everything that was even holding out in the green managed to turn tide. But we were just looking at the FI data and what they've done in the calendar year so far. And the weightage in IT, of course, has significantly come down from the earlier 7.25% to now 6.25%. The weightage in metals and minings, interestingly, has risen sharply to now 3.4%, or rather from the earlier 3.4% to now 3.8%. Oil and gas, consumable, fuels, etc., that's fallen from the earlier 7.7 to now 7.4%. And the weightage in financial services, that's risen quite significantly, and the weightage in capital goods as well has been increased from the earlier 5.2% or rather 5.6% to now 6.25%. But we'll of course analyze these sectoral trends in greater detail. But first, at the AI India Impact Summit, Mukesh Ambani announced that Jio and Reliance Industries will be investing 10 lakh crores over the next 7 years, starting 2026, to boost the AI development. Now, he said that India is set to become a global AI powerhouse in the 21st century, with AI systems now able to learn, speak, analyze, move, and operate autonomously. My colleague Ishika is here with more details on what this announcement really means for Reliance Industries and Jio.
Big news coming out of the India's AI Summit 2026 recently, and it is from Mukesh Ambani, chairman of Reliance Industries, making a significant announcement about AI. He has said that Reliance and its digital arm Jio will invest a massive 10 lakh crores over the next 7 years to push artificial intelligence across India. Now, this isn't just about quick profits. Ambani has described it as a patient, disciplined approach and a nation-building capital aimed at transforming India from within and from the internet era and into the intelligence era going ahead. Now, this plan includes building huge AI-ready infrastructure and data centers powered by green energy, plus a nationwide edge of computing network to make powerful AI tools faster and cheaper right here in India. Now, he has also reminded that he will do with AI what he did with mobile data through Jio. He will make it cheaper and available for everyone. So the bottom line here is that India could soon become a major hub for computing and AI infrastructure as well as innovation. And this bet is one of the biggest bets and corporate AI pushes in India that we've seen so far.
Okay, let's analyze that piece as to what does it mean for Reliance Industries, and who better than Deven Choksey to join in and analyze that. Deven, hi, morning. Good to have you on the show. Deven, what is it that you're making of all the AI investment announcements coming in from the Reliance table, and what could it really mean for the value of Reliance Industries and Jio in particular?
Good morning. And at the core of the entire AI computing, you have few things. I think around 60 to 70% of the total investment goes into building the power and the air conditioning systems. And the balance component will go into building the data center, which is comprising of the semiconductor chips, along with, I think, the complete networking. So overall, I think the infrastructure-led story, which Reliance is continuing to operate with, is fully covered into this particular investment that they're talking about. They're setting up the largest, what you call solar farm to supply the power to the likes of data center and the refinery that they are basically having. So in my viewpoint, I think that's a crucial aspect, because to make the data center work at a cheaper cost, which the analyst alluded right now, I believe that this is where probably it will come from. The cheaper cost of power will help you in providing the cheaper computing. And in turn, I think the mass scale adoption, complete democratization of AI. So yes, I think for Reliance, this is going to be significant. For an example, if they are 1 gigawatt of capacity by 2030, it could mean that it will generate about $1.5 billion plus kind of annual revenue out of this activity, and with about 40 to 50% EBITDA margin on it. So that would be some sort of money that I think one can expect when it is achieving the full-scale capacity. Apart from they using this entire data center capacity for their own compute of around 25 to 30% of the capacity might go in for their own compute as well. So that will probably mean some greater amount of services coming from the Geo platform, Geo Brain platform, whatever they want to call it as.
Deven, if you look at from a street perspective, they currently have nearly $39 billion of debt, gross debt on the books. They're looking at $110 billion of investment into data centers and infra over the next 5 to 7 years. Now, I think the street is a little nervous because of the kind of investments and the debt that would go up because of this investment. You yourself spoke about the fact that the kind of revenue that will come in per gigawatt by 2030. Do you think that street should be worried about the kind of gross debt which is going to be taken up for this mega investment, because this seems to be the next cycle of investment which Reliance is now going to bet on, because Reliance works on a cycle of investments, right? It means the new energy would come into play in this year, and then the next cycle will begin.
Yeah, so I think currently they are on a run rate of around 2 lakh crore worth of EBITDA. So that particular amount I think is already generated, and that is probably growing at a rate of around 15 to 20% on a YOY basis. The Geo platform, which is now going to get demerged in after a few months, is already contributing around 60,000 crore worth of EBITDA on an annualized basis. And I think the capex requirement over there is going to be muted. It may not be more than 35 to 40,000 crore. So frankly speaking, if the Geo platform itself is growing at around 20% rate of growth, and so other businesses along with, I think if Reliance is contributing more than 2 lakh crore worth of EBITDA plus 15% CAGR growth continuing at least in next 5 years, I think over a 5-year period, they are actually doubling the size of the profit. At the same time, I think whatever the new investment that they've made, that starts contributing. We need to add one more important component to this, which is the power cost. Because if the captive power, which they are going to be utilizing fully after the solar plant goes live, probably it will bring down the actual power cost to next to zero, apart from whatever the capital investment that they've done. In my viewpoint, I think that should not be a problem investing money, and I think that they are going to be dead balloon company as far as I think building up this infrastructure is concerned, because it is happening over a period of 5 to 7 years. So I'm not particularly disturbed with the investment. On the contrary, I feel that if they don't make this investment, the sustainability and the survival of the group itself, I think, would come into question in the new era, because the disruption of the AI is so high that every single business enterprise, I think, will have to invest significant amount of money to deal into the new generation of business.
No, Reliance has a tradition that at the end of every investment cycle, they reward the shareholders. Do you think that this will happen this year then?
Very likely, because I think this year Geo platform is getting demerged. Next year, most likely, the retail platform would get demerged. And by that time, the entire Geo renewable framework that they have built in would be ready for some kind of monetization as well. So yes, one can expect that next 4 to 5 years, I think systematically you should have at least 2 to 3 monetization of business units coming in from the Geo side and the Reliance side.
Okay, Deven, good to be chatting with you today. Thanks for putting into perspective what this mega investment by Reliance and Jio in AI power data centers could mean going ahead. So now we have a